Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Making Space. One of my favorite spaces, by the way. I
Yes.
love this space. I love
Yes.
this space. And those of you who are watching and you're coming on, I hope you love this space too. I hope you love this space too. Um, I'm Latoya Zavala, your spiritual inner power coach and guide, really helping you connect with your higher self, your inner self, love yourself, trust yourself, be your best and highest self in all spaces so that you can leave the legacy in the world that you deserve and that you desire to leave. And I am so very grateful and honored to be in this space with my girl.
Marissa with the C. Okay. I am a free, courageous, authentic woman. I am your embodiment doula, which means that I help Black women specifically across the globe to use their power of breath as well as group coaching to put themselves first, right? I know a lot of times we put the needs, wants, and even the security of other people, romantic partners, friendships, and all of the gamut between there before our
Everybody.
own. Okay, and we take on way more than we desire. And so I support women through the, like I said, through the power of breath, to come back home to themselves. So that is
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm. And I'm so very grateful for your work in the world.
Thank you. You too, girl.
Yeah. Okay, so should we just did you have anything or should we just jump in?
I'm gonna read this card that I pulled um, yesterday as I was
Okay.
doing a breathwork session. It says trust. So I trust life and my strengths. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. And this is definitely something
Mm.
I've been reflecting on this week. So when I pulled it yesterday for the session, I was like, I'm gonna hold on to this one. Yes.
Right. This was for you and me and all of us.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah, I love that. I would consider that one of what I call those universal truths,
Mhm,
those truths that show up in almost all schools of thought, all the
mhm,
ancient texts. Like it's that truth, right? That
mhm,
in order to have that growth, um, in order to experience all that we can experience,
mhm.
we're asked to trust.
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
asked to
And it's
trust.
not always easy, but
It's
it
not
is.
always easy, you know. It's not always easy, and that's yes. Ooh, that could be a whole, oh mercy. That could be a whole thing by itself, right?
Mhm, 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 mhm.
Ooh, that we might have to lean into that in May.
I'm into it. Yeah, I'm into it.
Because there's so much there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could. I don't know if we're announcing what we're going to do next month just yet, but I
No,
see a
no,
way that it can go in, like
it
it can be incorporated. Yeah.
incorporated for sure. We're gonna see. Excuse me.
Blessings.
Yes. So I know that this today is going to be a controversial topic, which I love. Because if we're not challenged, we don't grow,
Exactly. Exactly.
right?
Hmm.
If we're
Hmm.
not challenged, we don't grow.
Yes.
And I've heard it said quite a few different ways and different quotes and memes and cliches, right? If you're comfortable, then however your dreams are not big enough, or you're not stepping into your fullness, or all the things. So today's topic, hold on, let me find this caption, comes from a listener last week who asked the question, as we're talking about stepping into your divine feminine energy, your
Hmm.
divine feminine power, your
Hmm.
divine feminine authority, should we submit?
Yeah. Yeah. So
And when we read that comment, like, I know you and I,
I
we were like,
I'm not touching that right now because this could go all the way, but like we get to revisit it for
This
sure.
could be like a whole quarter for real,
Yeah,
for real. I mean, like
yeah,
if we're
yeah,
talking, right? It could be like a whole quarter thing.
yeah.
Should women submit? I mean, this is generations. This
Mhm.
is ancestral. This is culture, tradition, religion. This
Yep,
is subconscious. This is
yep.
collective conscious, right? Like
Mhm.
it's really big, actually,
Yeah,
Marissa.
yeah, yeah. I don't know where to like. I want to start with a definition of the word submit.
Please do, because I love
Um,
definitions. Let's go.
Same. So there's a couple of definitions, but one, like the top one as a verb, it says accept or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person. And then another, I saw that like gas. And then
I
another
did.
definition.
Oh, come. I'm
What?
sorry. Can you read that again, please?
Yeah, sure.
Read it again.
Accept
Read
or
it slowly so that every person listening
lean
can
in.
absorb.
I'm also
Go ahead.
going to
Yes.
lean in.
Go ahead. Lean in. Yes.
So accept, to submit is to accept or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person. Another definition for it is um, present to a person or body for consideration or judgment. So that in that context, it's like a submission form, an application, or a proposal, usually some sort of document. So submitted to a person or a body for consideration or judgment. That is how that is. They had it in a like a document in parentheses, but we could also talk about it as it relates to relationships and being in our divine feminine.
Oh,
But yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Because here's why.
Mhm, mhm,
And this is what I tell and what I teach my clients also, right? When we're healing this vocal situation, right? This
mhm,
throat chakra, it's not just about the words,
mhm,
right? It's the energy behind the words,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
It's the energy that the word is carrying. And I would
mhm,
dare say for some words in particular, it's the baggage that the words are carrying.
mhm, 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 mhm.
So I'm not going to pretend that each of those definitions is not carrying weight
Absolutely.
as it pertains to a person submitting to another person.
Yeah. So it just it's a perpetuation of the idea that there is hierarchy, right? There's hierarchy regardless of your status at work or wherever. There's hierarchy in the home. There's hierarchy in your relationships, and there is one person or persons that are above you, right? And you need to yield to them even if you have a better idea, even if you have more information, even if you have more experience, even if you have an opinion.
Say
Just
that.
in general, right? It says that you should yield to the authority of someone else because it doesn't say why. What makes them an authority besides the fact that they have a different set of genitalia in this um, example?
Yeah, right. In this context,
Yeah,
right?
and it really this conversation has always bugged the crap out of me. I know I have seen it like flying throughout social media for quite some time, right? And especially when that one guy, I can't remember his name, but he has passed since. Just
Mm,
talking about the value and worth of women based on
okay.
their sex partners or whoever. It was a really big conversation around submission and
Okay.
people asking me this question: how do I feel about it? Do I think that it's necessary? And I'm like, I am not an animal, and I don't think that there is. If even if I was like me being a human being, I don't think anyone is above me.
It's right there in the definition. Listen, I that's why I had to write this down
Yeah.
because because when we're asking that question, should
Yeah.
women submit, right?
Hmm.
I think we're asking the question based on hi.
Yeah.
Um, we're asking the question based on the definition that or the not the context but the connotation based
Hmm.
on the connotation that was given to us, right,
Hmm.
that was projected onto us, which
Hmm.
I think that connotation was just compromise, right? this is
Hmm.
a, this is a way to settle the disagreement, or this is a way to settle
That word
the
is another one for me. I can't do it.
the difference between ideas, right?
Hmm.
Um, and that was projected onto us. It's okay sometimes to settle or to compromise, but
Hmm.
the definition right here said yield to a superior
Authority. Yeah.
authority,
Yeah.
superior.
Hmm.
So when we're asking that, and I feel like a lot of us women who are asking that question, if
Hmm.
we actually read the definition, right, and felt the energy of these words,
Hmm.
your higher self will tell you.
Like, yeah, you don't need to ask
I'm
any
gonna tell you
questions.
right now. I'm telling you right now. Your higher self will tell you,
Hmm.
right? Because your higher self is in your divinity,
Hmm.
right? Your higher self is operating in your divine authority,
Hmm.
in your divine energy, right? That's
Hmm.
where your higher self is operating.
Hmm.
So if your higher self is operating in your divine authority, right,
Hmm.
in your divine energy,
Hmm.
um, I would venture to say, in your divine energy, there is no superiority.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
And
venture to say that.
yeah, divine feminine characteristics, going back to when we started this, is being in
Right?
collaboration, being under, like, trusting your intuition and how you feel, protecting your family, and like, being right. So I don't need anyone to tell me how to be,
How
how
to
to
be.
connect with myself or connect with the world, right? It is a collaborative. I can be in collaboration with you, but I don't need to submit to you.
Submit to you. Exactly. So this is what I feel like, right? I feel like it has been sold to us that this downplay, that this text of submission
Hmm.
is it's just you collaborating, right? It's just you lowering yourself so that a collaboration can happen, right? And
Mm,
I feel like we
mm,
a large part of us, we bought that,
yeah.
right? We bought that. And not understanding that no matter what you bought, the energy behind the word is something other. And so,
Hmm.
therefore, we are out here trying to figure out our self sabotaging, trying to figure out our limiting behaviors, trying to figure out our low self esteem, our not being able to trust ourselves and our intuition, trying to figure those things out when we're not understanding that we are submitting to the connotation of submission.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. I have been in this big discovery this week around the people pleasing energy, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
what that's about. And I feel like it is it's a result of this idea that there are hierarchies and we need to submit to someone,
And
right?
we need to submit.
But a part of it is also around manipulation. And it may be a hard pill to swallow because it was hard for me to swallow it.
Okay.
But being
Okay.
a people pleaser is the same as being a manipulator, right?
Ooh, ooh, okay. Please go there. Let me hold on. I'm gonna check this Facebook page. Hey, Natalie. Mwah! I love you.
Yeah, being a people pleaser is a manipulator, is a master manipulator, right? Because I went back to myself. I've been doing a lot of deep work on myself, okay? And I admitted last week or the week before, I don't remember, that I am a recovering people pleaser, right? And
Right?
I
And I said,
don't,
welcome to the club.
yes,
Welcome to the house. Yes.
I don't want
Hmm.
confrontation. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, all these other kind of things, right? But if you are not telling the truth, then you are doing something, or you're withholding or avoiding, in order to make someone else believe that everything is fine
That
when it is
everything is
not.
fine when it is not.
Right. And I see myself, and I've seen myself be in relationships resentful that people are not recognizing my worth, and that they are not showing up in the way that is pleasing to me, or they may be manipulating me. That's my in my mind. But it's like they're a mirror, baby girl. If you are people pleasing and not telling them how you feel and withholding some stuff, then they are just mirroring back to you the manipulation that you be doing.
Wow. And Jen said, wow, too. Jen, I'm with you in that energy. Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah. And so it is like, it is like the lower expression of feminine. So it's not necessarily the divine feminine at all. It is like the wounded
Mm.
feminine space to
The
be in.
ooh.
Yeah. To be in
Yes.
this super submissive, people pleasing position. And we don't want to be wounded, y'all.
We don't want to be wounded. Okay, so can I piggyback off of that?
Yeah.
Because we don't want to be wounded. First of all, wounding may happen, right?
Hmm.
And okay, so it may happen, but we don't want to stay in the
In that
wound,
space.
right? We don't want to
Hmm.
stay in the energy of wounding,
Yeah.
right? I That was powerful, Marissa. That was powerful. That was
Girl, when I
powerful.
heard it myself, I was sitting in the bed like,
I need to sit with that tonight myself because
yeah.
I'm just having a revelation right now that I feel like what has happened then on the collective conscious level is that we were told, okay, in order to be in your feminine authority, you need to manipulate, right? You need to, i.e., you need to people please. You need to please your husband, right? You need to act like, wear the mask, do the things, right? People please. And so manipulate the situation to use
Mhm.
what you're saying, right? And so in order to be, right, in your divine feminine authority, right?
Mhm.
Which is total bullshit, by the
Mhm.
way.
Mhm.
So in other words, it's like just creating this mass
Mess.
cauldron mess of manipulation because now I'm people pleasing manipulating you, right? Collective is manipulating me to thinking that this is the way that I can be in my authority. And so, and maybe you all have heard this before, those of you who are listening. He's the head but you're the neck. Have you heard that before, Marissa? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the head, but you're the neck, which means he can't even turn his head without you, right?
Mhm.
So you're important. This false sense of importance. Be
Mhm.
okay with being just the neck
Yeah. It's
because
the
you have
manipulator.
the it's
The
the
neck is the manipulator. It
it
manipulates the
is
head to move
it
around.
is yes, right? It's like
Yeah.
be okay with your hidden authority. Be okay with your covered and hidden and masked authority and just be
Mhm.
okay with that.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm so glad for this life right now because we're just uncovering and just exposing, just all out there, just exposing.
So help me understand, because I know your background. You were once upon a time was a chaplain,
I
and you
was.
are currently married. So how has this played a role in your relationship?
Good
This
question.
husband submit to your wives. I mean, wives submit to your husbands.
I'm fortunate that, and this happens to a lot of men, by the way, um, who are actually really doing the work and trying to balance their divine masculine energy, right?
Mhm.
When our daughter was born, he had an awakening.
Hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah, he had an awakening. I mean, we had been having this dance for a
Mm-hmm.
while because imagine I was in spiritual authority. I was a pastor, I was a chaplain, right? I was in spiritual authority in a lot of places. And so we had been having these conversations and this back and forth because we both came from a very conservative denomination that really does not believe in women in leadership and authority, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have been both like developing and studying and dissecting and going back and forth. And I bought that. Hold on, let me just say this clearly. I bought that ticket. That ticket, that ticket of the Golden Gate Bridge, I bought that, right? Hey, I'm the neck. I'm in, I'm important, right? I submit so that he thinks that he has the authority, and I'm doing the manipulating on the back. Like I bought that. Listen, I had the VIP ticket. You understand? Like
I was teaching it.
I,
I was living it.
I was
I,
living it,
yeah.
right? But we had been having this deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper understanding and and conversations and um shifting, I guess.
Mm.
And he totally respected me for who I was and who I was called to be. But because I had that VIP ticket, ooh, this is so good. Thank you. Because
Mm-hmm.
I had that VIP ticket, I couldn't be his absolute true mirror, right? To see the truth in both divine masculine and divine feminine energy because I was not operating in the fullness of my divine feminine energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, just like you said, if I'm manipulating in that way, people pleasing or whatever have you, dimming my light, if you will, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then how can he see his full truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
yin and the yang that we talked about
Mm-hmm.
last week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So me coming into that fullness helps him coming into his fullness,
Exactly.
right?
As it should.
But as it should. That is in fact how it works. But when our daughter was born, that was a divine spiritual moment for him because he understood
Mm-hmm.
she
Mm-hmm.
is divine femininity.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'll be damned. I'll be damned if anyone's going to tell her that she needs to submit to any damn body. Like that's not gonna that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Right? We don't call her princess. We call her queen. She's queen, and
Yes.
I'm mother queen, right? She and she understands that. She's like, "Can I
Yeah.
have pizza?" No, not tonight. She's like, "But I'm the queen."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, but who am I? You're a mother queen." Okay. So there's, we understand. But that was truly a divine awakening for him,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And
Shout
so
out to
much
your
so
husband. Okay. Shout out to your husband.
yeah, and he's very verbal and open about it. If anybody goes
Yeah.
to his Facebook page, you will see like he's open about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one time he put out there, he's like, I denounce any organization that puts down and oppresses women. I
Mm-hmm.
denounce.
Mm-hmm.
I will never belong to another organization that suppresses the female divine energy. He didn't put those in the words, but you see what you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for him, we are definitely coming into this yin and yang, that he is divine masculine and I'm divine feminine energy, and we're coming into the fullness of. And so like you said, there's partnership, there's collaboration,
Yeah.
there's decision making,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's
Mm-hmm.
decision making.
Mm-hmm.
We decide together to go that way today.
Yeah.
I want to go A, you want to go B. We discuss, we talk. Okay, we decide together we'll go A today.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, collaboration, decision making. That's really how it flows.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I would add trusting that the decision that you make together is in the highest is for the highest good of you and him, right? It is not, oh well, he just wants to do it today, and I don't want to hear nothing, so I'm gonna just go. That's again, that's people pleasing, y'all. Just so you know,
It is.
I don't want to argue, so I'm just gonna go. And it's like, girl, but you gonna be sitting there with a sour face the whole time?
Right.
No, I'm not. I don't want to go that way. Let's talk about it. Right? So, yeah.
And
And
there's
go ahead.
well, I was gonna say there's something to be said about that too, right? Like that also is some inner work too, right?
Yeah.
Like if you say, okay, let's go A today, then do the inner work, right? Like take a deep breath.
Hmm.
Don't be sour faced and don't be nagging the whole way. Don't be
Yeah.
like, okay, so now there's traffic. Like, I told you we shouldn't have gone. Like, like, because that's ugly too. Okay, that's lower
Yeah.
energy too, right? Like once you make the decision,
Yeah.
continue to walk in your divine feminine energy, right?
Yeah.
Continue to walk in that higher self. Okay, I made the decision.
Yeah. And I think the message of being more confrontational is important. So let me go on
Ooh,
back to my definitions, because I love to look up the definitions of words.
I do
Um,
too, because they
and
mean something.
they mean something. Also, we make them mean things. So in the definition here, it says confrontation is a hostile or argumentative meeting or situation between opposing parties. But to confront something, let me go. Um, to confront something means to present itself to someone so that dealing with it cannot be avoided, or face up to and deal with a problem or a situation.
I like that.
So I'm going with face up and deal with the problem or situation
Or
that is
situation.
at hand, right?
I love
Instead of
that.
thinking to confront means to be argumentative. And I think there's, synonyms for the word to challenge, to
Mm-hmm.
resist, to oppose. And all of
Mm-hmm.
those things, none of those things have to be a bad thing. We make them mean
We make them mean.
confront or confrontation, we make it mean something negative. But when you confront, when I realize, I'm just going to speak for myself, when I bring forth how I'm feeling in the moment, there's opportunity for conversation, there's opportunity for understanding, and there's also opportunity to be understood, right? And it is
Absolutely.
it is an opportunity to say where you like to set a boundary for who you are, where you are, how you believe, what you believe. And the same person that I was listening to around this, people pleasing and being non-confrontational and talking about being more confrontational, it really helps you weed out the people that you want to be aligned with, specifically when we're talking about in relationship with a partner,
Mm-hmm.
right? If
Mm-hmm.
you are if he says something to you that is kind of snappy, and you're like, I don't know who you're talking to in your head, but you don't say it.
But you
And
don't say
yeah, and you keep
it.
allowing that kind of thing, he's going to talk to you crazy all the time because you allow it, right?
Because you
And
allow
so
it.
if you nip it, if you confront the situation, I don't like how you just spoke to me. Or for me, I've had a situation. I was like, I don't deserve the energy you just threw at me, so we could talk a little bit later, but I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that
Mm-hmm.
is not, that doesn't sound mean, malicious. It doesn't sound like I am, what's, I wanted to go back to use one of the words. I don't sound hostile. I'm not arguing with you because I'm not. All I'm telling you is I don't like the way you just spoke to me.
Right. Right. And
That
so
doesn't allow people to talk to you any, crazy.
crazy. Right.
When you-
And so something that came up for me is, yeah, doing that allows you to stand up for your truth,
Mhm.
right? What came up for me is when you take the courage to
Mm-hmm.
confront confront the situation, face up to the situation,
Mm-hmm.
then you are also having the courage to confront yourself.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You you get to confront yourself. You get to see yourself.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get to see yourself because
Whew.
oh I know this. I knew this was going to be like this. I knew it.
Heavy
It is. It is.
and necessary. So you keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Because doing the deeper work is, why are you people pleasing?
Yeah.
Right? Why are you not telling the person that that hurts, or that, or that didn't that was painful, or it didn't make you feel good, or that it was, that is abusive language, right? Like,
Yeah.
um yeah, the deeper is why, right?
Yeah.
And when we go into the why, which you don't necessarily have the time to do in the moment,
Right.
right? But subconsciously
Yeah.
you are. It's
Yeah.
like bypassing,
Yeah.
right? It's like fast tracking.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, when you stop that energy of people pleasing, of dimming your light, of lowering yourself, of submitting to what you have considered for so long superior energy, right?
Mm.
Superior authority, right? When you intervene and you say, no, actually, I didn't like that.
Mhm.
Actually, don't talk to me that way. When you
Mhm.
intervene and you say that,
Mhm.
then you are like like lightning speed saying to your subconscious, no, actually I am worthy.
Thank you.
Actually, I deserve better. Actually, I was willing to dim my light before because I wanted to keep the peace, but
Yep.
I realized that my peace is also important. Like, you're doing all of that.
In
All of that
one
is
conversation.
happening.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say. The root of it is fear and lack of worthiness.
And lack of
You're
worthiness.
afraid that this person's not going to like you anymore. They're not going to be your friend. They're not going to want to date you anymore. They're not going to see, your value at all because you are labeled as dramatic or emotional or sensitive, and that
Or
is also,
naggy, or
yes, nagging, and that's an attack on you. That is not to say that that is who you are, and or that is not to say that something is wrong with you, right? But we people please also for our own importance, to stay important and relevant in that other person's life.
wow.
We're no But
Wow.
the kicker is, if that person leaves when you confront them, that means they were not meant to be there anyway.
And they didn't value as much as you thought they
They don't
did.
value you at all. Yeah. Yeah.
Which, Marissa, brings us to the second definition of what you brought up, which was present for consideration
The
and
submit.
judgment. And judgment. That was
Yeah.
the second definition of submission. To present. Imagine
Say
your.
it again.
Do you
Say
see
it
how
again.
deep this is?
Go
Oh
ahead. Say
my
it again.
God. Imagine, hold on. If you're listening, like, close your eyes and imagine yourself putting yourself on a plate.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting your soul and your spirit on a plate.
Mm-hmm.
And you're now presenting that to someone else for them to judge
Mm-hmm.
and to consider.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can't understand why we have this low self-esteem, this the need that we're comparing ourselves to other people, this deep, deep wound of good enoughness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It A lot of it comes from the ticket that we bought
Mm.
of the manipulation of submission.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. Um, the word judgment jumps out to me
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it is because we're judging ourselves, not necessarily because someone else is.
Ooh,
We are judging ourselves for what may come out of our mouth or how we think or how we feel,
mm,
and we don't want other people to judge us based on some assumption that we've already made up about ourselves too, right?
right,
And so that's
right.
why a lot of times when I get caught up in being so critical either myself or others, I go back to the affirmation like, today I judge nothing that occurs. I judge
Mm-hmm.
nothing that occurs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just let things be as they are.
As they are.
And
That's
that's
beautiful.
being your divine feminine, y'all. Okay?
Yes, it is.
Who you are.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Mm, mm, mm.
Mm.
Wow. We're gonna need to download this right away, get some clip shots, clean it up, because this is good.
It's good. It's juicy. It's powerful. And I think we're just really presenting the definitions, the energy of it, the aftermath of it, right? And so now you can answer the question for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And and how can you, yeah, how can you reconcile?
Mm,
How can you reconcile whatever it is that your beliefs, right? Your belief system, your desire to keep your marriage healthy.
mm,
How can you reconcile that with also being in your divine feminine and healing your divine feminine wound?
mm, 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 mm.
And I definitely, I'm first of all, this is not a rhetorical question. This is a question for each one of us who are in that situation to go answer,
Mm-hmm.
to go face yourself,
Mm-hmm.
um, to face your evolution
Mm-hmm.
and your elevation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Asking yourself these questions is that first step in the healing process, is like that self-awareness,
It
coming
is.
into understanding of who you are, how you respond to things, how you move around the world, um, how you interact with other people, and getting to
Mhm,
the root of
mhm.
why, and not to shame yourself, not to be, feel guilty about it or to be upset about it, just to notice
To notice,
and
yes.
make it, and then you can make a decision how you want to, if you want to change it, if you want to stay the same.
Mhm.
Like,
Right, right.
yeah, this was
That's your choice.
yeah, it is your choice, but
But what
take
I
that.
love
Yeah,
about lives like this is that you get to make an informed choice. You get to make a more informed decision, right?
exactly.
You get to make a more informed choice about how you want to maneuver.
Mm-hmm. Mm, mm,
Hmm.
mm.
Well, I guess it's time for us to wrap up.
Okay.
Like I said, this could definitely be like a whole quarter theme. It could
Yeah,
be like a whole quarter theme.
yeah, just breaking down the language that we use is important,
Yes.
and
Oh, it
really
is
deciding how
so
you want to use it.
important.
Yeah.
It is so important.
Mm-hmm. There are multiple,
Mm.
just the last piece. There are multiple definitions of a lot of words. So you get to
Mhm.
choose how you use that word and what energy you put behind it, right?
There it is right there.
Yeah.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-mm-mm. Wow. That's all I got.
But let me say this though.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say it because it's sitting like right on my heart chakra. I just gotta say this. I am a little biased because I'm gonna say right now, I do not want you to dim your light for no one.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to say that.
Yep. Dim your light for no one.
Dim your
Absolutely.
light for no one.
Mm-hmm.
Let them be illuminated.
Mm-hmm. Mhm. Mhm. Mm.
Okay, Marissa, tell the people where they can find you.
Uh,
Tell the people where.
Yes, you can check me out on my website at thepurpleKittyNY.com. I have a YouTube channel called Breathing with Marissa if you want to take like 10-minute quick breathwork practices and find inspiration. The replays from here are saved there as well. I just know that there are no black folk doing breathwork on the YouTube's channels, so I decided to be her. And then, secondly, if you are in New Orleans, I will be vending at Harold's Plant Shop at this space called Serenity, okay, on the corner of St. Claude and Press Street on Sunday, uh, April the 2nd. That is me.
Because everybody knows we need some serenity in our lives. So that's the perfect place to have it.
Yeah.
Go to Serenity and have this breath work done.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Why and if you are into breath work and like why would you not want to have breath work done by this amazing goddess right here?
Thank you.
um and so let me say I'm Latoya, of course, and so I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. You want to do an energy healing session? I am ready for you. Let's go in there. Let's give your body the space to tell us where the energy is stuck. Maybe there's some ancestral wounding there. Um, the culture, the tradition, all of that. Where is the energy stuck? Where does it want to be released? Let's let the body tell us, and then let's go ahead and clear that with some Reiki, maybe some tapping. Let's clear that so you can be free. And that's my desire for you, so that you can be free. So if you're ready, I'm ready for you. And on the 6th, April 6th, it's a full moon.
Mm-hmm.
And so we know that the full moon represents releasing. I love doing tapping sessions on releasing. So if that's you, come on into my Facebook group. It's called Release That Ish Power Circle. And I'll drop the links, but come into my Facebook group on the 6th. I'm going to do some free tapping there. We're going to tap on healing the money story.
Mm-hmm.
So healing your money story. So we're going to tap on that, and yeah, come on in. I'd love to have you. And that's all I got.
Okay, girl. Thank
It's
y'all.
been amazing, everybody. It's been amazing. Listen, if you're enjoying it, share it with somebody who you know can enjoy this power, can enjoy this energy shifting and healing and growing and evolving. Share it with somebody. Share it with
Mhm.
somebody. And we will be here next week, same time, same place.
Absolutely. Bye.